I know, I just did the post. I know. And here we are live. I meant we were coming at you right now. I was trying to post that ting, 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 and someone's messaging me, ting, ting. We're doing paint along. I'm Diane Pruitt. Welcome to the studio at Two Girls Treasure. Welcome to the paint along. If you don't have your supplies, that's okay. Get them. I promise you will have more time to work on your project than I will have to work on mine. So if you don't already have the materials, that's okay. Get a piece of furniture, a nightstand, a small dresser, a buffet, a small server, something squarish, something with some frontal space. I promise I can't show you the picture of the transfer image that I want you to see, not yet, but it's coming very, very, very soon. So in anticipation of the new Iron Orchid Designs Summer Collection 2024, we're going to do this paint along so you have time. If you get these products, I made this offer yesterday, totally mean it. You know, we start with the prep. Get your prep. Get your sunflower. A pint is sufficient. That's all you need. Get your pint of blue lace. This is running out soon. We won't have any more, so don't let that get away from you. And get your salt wash. You can get the large container or you can get the medium container. The mini doesn't count. Get your products right here at Two Girls Treasure. I will give you 10% off these products, and then when we receive the Iron Orchid Designs Summer 2024 collection, you will also receive 10% off the very specific transfer set that we're working with, that we're working toward, that we're going to put on this piece of furniture. And if more than several people participate, someone will get it free. Minimum of 5 people. Come on, y'all. We paint furniture all the time. Let's do it together and have some fun. Send me a picture of what you're working on. Come buy your products and save. While we're saving, let's get started. I'm so excited about this color combination. Blue lace and sunflower. Would you have ever thought it would be an amazing color combination? I could see it. I could see it. I don't think we've ever done it. But I saw an image in the 2024 summer collection release and I can't get it out of my mind. I have to do it. I studied on it. I decided immediately we've got to do this. So let's get some color on this piece of furniture this morning. I've got the doors completely taken apart, cleaned. Oh my Lord, they're clean now. We're going to put these over here with the drawers and we're going to get to them in just a little while. We've got a drawer runner to fix. In the meantime, let's get this top done. This is a laminate surface top. Not the nicest to work with, is it? Well, it can be tough. I'm gonna be honest. I know this to be a fact. I know it's not easy to work with laminate. Is it possible? Absolutely. As long as you are using Rethunk Junk Paint products by Laura, you can do just about any surface and get an amazing result. There's a little bit of dirt still right here. I cleaned and cleaned and cleaned some more. Let me clean one more time because there's just a spot of ook right there. Because of the finish that I vision on the top, I'm going to use multiple products. You do not have to. In the image that I love so well, the top of the piece of furniture is gray. So in order to get to the gray tone that I want, I'm going to use True Gray. Let me stretch here. Let me get these out. Let me show you the deal. I'm going to use Weathered Gray, and I'm going to layer it with Dark Walnut and Raven Black. this is going to be at the end. I might change my mind on the dark walnut and the raven black because I might use washes instead of stains, but for today, and I might even layer in some blue lace just so it's a really cohesive look. But for today, we're going to start with our true gray. This is such a beautiful, beautiful color. I've got my 1-inch brush, and I'm going to start with just a nice light coat of true gray. I'm going around that beveled edge as well. But I want the whole top to be a gray driftwood tone, an aged wooden tone. It will cover the gambit of beach and English cottage and grand millennial and all the other things that you can call something that looks like aged wood. Because that's the look that I want to achieve. Thank you so, so much to Lisa Paulson for stopping by. You know, I love my customers, I really do. I love each and every one of you so very much. But it's so special when someone who is coming back from the beach stops by to make sure she's going home an hour away from here with the products that she wants to use to replicate the look that we have done in the studio. That means so much. And Lisa, I thank you so much for all the times that you just simply replay, #replay the videos, or you're on here live, or you remind me to put my gloves on so that I don't get my hands dirty. And I so appreciate the times that you stop by to support our precious small business. Means a lot. Thank you. And here we go, almost all the way across the top. Just a nice light coat of true gray. I don't want it heavy. I want it nice and smooth. Normally, if I was on a real wooden top, I would use a little bit of water spritzer to make this paint move smoothly. Because this is a laminate surface, I'm not going to use the water until after I have a really nice base coat down, because I want this solid, I want this steady, and I don't want any chance that I didn't get a good bond on the top of this piece of furniture. There goes my paintbrush. All right, let's push this back. Let's salvage the paintbrush. Look how cool that is. That was easy. I'm going to go right to the lip edge here with our true gray. Now, I made an offer. I posted the graphic, told you all about it. If you want to add the true gray, or you want to add some other products that you are actually going to use on your piece of furniture to paint along, I'll offer you the 10% off those products too. But make sure you're buying what you're going to use for this one project. And you're going to have paint left over. Even if you only buy the paint, you're going to have paint left over. Now that that's done, I'm going to turn the fan on from the back side. I hear the rain, which I'm thankful for. We need it so badly. But it's going to be 99 degrees today, and with that rain, it's going to be stinking humid. So I'm really going to need the fans to dry all of my product today. I'm going to use the Barnwood plank stamps when we get to that part, and we're not there yet, but I'm excited about that. What's next? I'm glad you asked. Let me tip you down so you can see the mix. Let's do a little mixology this morning. Blue lace, sunflower, and salt wash. Not in the same container. I have two separate containers right here. I have my ugly chip brushes right here. Let's do this. I'm gonna scoop two nice, generous scoops into each cup. We're gonna do the full face of the server, both sides, both drawers, both doors, in 2 layers of salt wash. The beautiful thing about salt wash is you can layer as many colors as you want in salt wash. You want your base coat, then you want your second coat. Even if you're doing both of them in salt wash, it's okay. We're gonna base this in blue lace, so I'm gonna set my sunflower to the side with my sunflower cup with it. We'll move that right on out of the way, but it's there waiting in the wings. We're gonna start with blue lace. You see that big sticker? That means limited edition. It is getting near the end of blue lace. If you have not gotten yours, this is getting ready to go away. Make sure you get this luscious color before it's gone off my shelves. Don't wait and go, well, I was gonna get it. It'll be gone. It'll be gone. Just make sure you get some, because if you don't, this is what you're gonna miss. All right, we're gonna free pour in here. Don't cry. I'm not gonna waste this. Great big paint booger, we'll get that out in a minute. The other day I had customers and I left the lid off. Oh, I had a skin over the top of my paint when I came back. Totally got busy with customers. So I'll get that paint booger out. We'll just dip it out with our stir stick. I am gonna go ahead and wipe this edge off. I'm getting better about doing this as I'm going. Why am I doing this? Because if I don't do it right this second, I'm going to forget, and then my paint jar is going to be glued shut. You've had that happen. I'm going to stir the salt wash up from the bottom. I want a nice grainy texture. May even need to add a little bit more paint. This has a kind of a putty consistency. You know what? It's not bad. If you don't want to add more salt wash, or if you just need a little bit less stiff, a little bit, add just a little bit of water to the mix. This is some nice thick salt wash right here. But if it gets too thick, and as it sits up, it will continue to thicken. Add a little bit of water and it will be just fine. That's nice right there. That's the consistency that I wanted right there. So I'm going to scrape this off into the cup. I'm so frugal, I'm even going to take my brush and scrape the rest of it off. I don't want to waste any of this, because the vision that someone had for a little table, it's absolutely stunning. I'm not going to put the doors back on. I think that's upside down, but I'm not going to put the doors back on to do this. Just don't need to. The doors and drawers can be done separately. Let's get this body done, and then we'll work on the doors and drawers. When you're working with your salt wash, after you prep, just get it on there. You may get tired of tamping it on. If you do, brush it on and then come back and tamp on it. It'll be okay. Just take your brush, get a good scoop, and get it on your surface. If you get tired, do this. Or if you've got a surface like that, do this. And then just give it some peaks. Make it look like your favorite meringue pie. It's much easier to do this than it is to make proper meringue, although proper meringue is not that hard. Get that blue lace all over the face of your piece of furniture. If you're doing the paint along, I'm excited. Show me what you're working with. Make sure it has some frontal space, because we are copycatting an image that Iron Orchid Designs has in their 2024 summer collection. Release is coming soon. I do not have an exact date for you. I will be spending my money on it like crazy, because it's going to be one of the best releases ever. All right, let me turn and tip a little bit more. These rails where the drawers go in and there's a rail underneath it, we're going to do these too. I'm going to fill in as much as I can. And I'm going to give it the good old tamp. Just like that. Nice and thick and chunky. All the way across, we're going to get the framework around the outside edge. There's a lip edge under here too. If you don't want to sand it and you just want the texture, just lighten up your application. You'll still get that textural feel from the salt wash without the stress of trying to sand underneath here. And I'm not really going to avoid the areas where the hinges go, because we're going to sand this back after we get our application in place. So it'll be okay. And the doors will line right back up. All the way to the bottom edge. Isn't this a beautiful color? If you have not gotten your blue lace, it will be going away very soon. I will make one more purchase so that we don't run completely out in July, but we are running low, and once it's gone, I cannot get any more. So I'll make one more order to get our Rethunk Junk Paint by Laura Blue Lace Limited Edition, so that you can paint along. Now, the paint along offer is a limited time. This won't be all summer long. You know, it'll probably only take me till Friday, Monday-ish to complete this. Friday probably. Saturday at the latest. But once I'm done with the paint along offer goes away. So you have today, tomorrow, and Friday to commit to the paint along. Show me what you're working on. Show me what you have. I cannot show you the image that inspired me, so you're really going to have to just trust me. But trust me. I wouldn't steer you wrong. We make beautiful furniture here. We make ugly furniture beautiful. We're getting that groove right there. We're getting that groove right there. Applying your salt wash doesn't really take a long time. It's only as tedious as you want to make it. I do not brush a separate color on first. I don't need to. And especially the way I'm going to do this piece with a layer of salt wash over a layer of salt wash. And why would I do this? I love the way it looks. Do you have to do it this way? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You don't have to do a 2-layer salt wash application. I just happen to love the way it looks. And the inspiration, the copycat that I'm doing, just like I've always said, you can copy anything anybody else is working on. Anyone can copy your work, but they will never do it exactly the same as you, just because everyone's vision is a little bit different. Now, you're always going to have that one stalker who is going to do everything they can to make theirs exactly like yours. They will spend double the time. Let them. Don't let anybody worry you. If you're a furniture flipper and someone in your mall space is copying your work, don't let them worry you. Don't let them have that headspace. You just do what you're doing, do the best job, and keep them on the run. This is why I wanted to do a copycat. One, it was a really beautiful piece of furniture, but two, I've seen some things lately. Some of the girls aren't playing together really nice, and I don't see the reason to be mean. I really don't. Be nice. Be good to each other. And if someone wants to copy your work, let them. There's enough business for all of us. Do your thing. Do what you do. And do it awesome. Just like you are. Ta-da! Now, do I have some spots I missed? Of course I do. And as it's starting to dry, I'm going to tamp it a little bit more, give it just a little bit more movement, a little bit more texture. But it's beautiful, isn't it? Let's get these sides done. The top's already dry, y'all. That top is already dry. I have moved my knee pad and I'm going to die from it later. It's okay. On my flatter surfaces, I don't mind brushing it on. If you've got veneer damage, this covers it and it seals it up. Glue it down so that it doesn't come back up, and then just go over it with your salt wash product. And only you and I are going to know it's there, and I don't even know it's there unless you tell me. And even if you tell me, I'm not telling on you. There's that paint booger. Out we go. Out we go. Out, daggum spot. Out. That's funny if you like Shakespeare. And I do, by the way. Love Shakespeare. Will reference Shakespeare every chance I get. Just get it on there. Just texture it up. It almost looks like popcorn sealing, but on your furniture. and I'm going to run out of it. Remember how much we mixed up? It does go a long way, but if you mix a heavy texture, it does not go as far as it would normally. And I mixed up a heavy texture, so I'm going to have to mix up just a little bit more, and I'm okay with that because I still have both doors and both drawers to cover. So let me get here. Got a little bit more going right here. Let's use every bit of it we can get to. If you're having a stressful day and you need to beat something up, pounding out some salt wash on the side of a piece of furniture will do it every single time. Now, a warning, because this is my experience. I do not have arthritis, but I'm using a wooden handled brush, a chip brush, and if you didn't see, I was holding it this way. Therefore, every time I bounced it, it was pounding into my hand. If you have arthritis, or you have some issues with the joints in your hands, or your arm, or your wrist, or your shoulder, find a different way to do this, because this will wear on you after just a little while. There are several different ways you can do this. A lighter application of the salt wash with your paint will help. It won't be as thick. The thicker it is in the cup, the more you have to work to apply it. So if you have arthritis or carpal tunnel or issues of that nature, find a different way to make your application so that you're not hurting your hands or your wrists or your shoulders, okay? Don't call me mad. Call me, but don't call me mad, okay? Use a lighter application if it is hurting you. Great big another paint booger. I'm going to go ahead, I'm almost down to the bottom edge here. I'm going to go ahead and spritz some water in here and thin this down just a little bit. About 2 tablespoons worth, I think. Probably not even that much. Maybe 1 good tablespoon. I'm not trying to liquefy my paint. What I want to do more than anything is be sure I use all of it. And after I do this piece of furniture, I have another accent piece that I'm going to do to accompany it. So I want to make that pint of blue lace last a little bit longer. The water is going to thin the paint. It does not degenerate the coverage of the paint. Rethunk Junk Paint by Laura is a water-based paint. So adding water to it does not degenerate your product. Gives it a little bit more life. And then when I go to add salt wash to it to do the next project, the salt wash will thicken it right back up. If you mix your paint and your salt wash too thick, thin it with water, just a little bit. The thicker your salt wash and paint, the more you have to work to apply it. If you have issues that you need to think about, your wrist, your fingers, your arms, your hands, or your shoulder, just do a lighter application do a little bit less of a mix of the salt wash and the paint, and then you can do 2 coats instead of 1. You're not going to use more product. You're just going to use the same amount of product in a different way, okay? And if you're not sure but you have questions, message me and let me know how I can help you. I have used salt wash in every different way imaginable. Everything from the heaviest application to a watered down, we dipped glass jars. We sprayed glass jars. So if you're not sure, if you've got questions, let me know how I can help you. To me, it seems so simple because I've used it for so long. Very proud to be a salt wash retailer. I was salt wash before salt wash was cool. And I have used it and abused it so many different ways. I'm going to hang on to this so it doesn't roll out from under me. We're going to get this salt wash on here. Before I leave today, I want to go ahead and get another layer on the top of this piece. And I can't wait to use my silicone blades. Any of the products that I'm using in this project, you can get at the discount offer as long as that's what you're going to use for your paint along project. Our color of the week, I'm not using it, but our color of the week is Grassland. We have used it on a lot of other projects. We still have a couple in the store that haven't sold, but Grassland is a beautiful, beautiful earthy color of greenish yellow. Think about the farmland out west. Think about the farmlands in the deep south, in the Midwest. I don't know about the north. They're more green than they are grassland. It's still pretty, but a richer tone. If you don't have your studio bag this week, you can get a discount on Grassland, and I believe we are working with our Seashore stamp set. No, Prep. It's Prep. You get a 10% discount on Prep if you buy a quart of Grassland. If you have your studio bag, you get a free Prep with the purchase of your quart of Grassland. Either way, you're saving money. I didn't show you that entire thing, did I? Boop, it's done. It's done. Sorry about that. You heard me, you couldn't see me. I'm so sorry. I need a camera person. I need a camera person. Ta-da! Both ends, all of the center, all done. Let me see what time it is. I want to make sure. Oh, of course it's late. Of course it is. Do you have time to stay for one more thing? Just one more thing. Let's blade a little color in on top of our true gray. Let's blade in a little bit of blue lace. If you've never used a silicone blade, get you some. These are fabulous. Watch this happen. I will pour the paint on. I will smooth it out with the blade. Drag it across the surface. Square it off. Not an ounce of paint is wasted in this process. It is literally like using a paint squeegee on your furniture. The beauty is the way it moves the paint across, and you get tone on tone. You get a perfect finish. You can let it be textural, or you can clean off any excess. And watch this. Unlike a paintbrush, you can scrape it right back into the container, and there's literally no waste. And I did put a little bit much on, so I'm going to peel a little bit of it back off and put it back in the container. You can't really do that with a paintbrush, but you can do that with your silicone blades. I think I have 2 or 3 sets left. So if you're doing the paint along with me this week, you can get a set of silicone blades if you don't have them, and you can save. Such a beautiful color on top. Just a little bit of blue lace over the top of our true gray. I don't want any lines. You don't get any brush strokes when you're using this. You got lines, just run over it one more time and be done with it. And that top surface is done. For now, I'm not through decorating its life. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be barnwood finish, and it's going to be spectacular with all of this chunky, yummy salt wash all over it. We're going to give this little piece of 1960s heaven a whole new life. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Don't forget to get your paint along supplies from Two Girls Treasure. We're in Florence, South Carolina, right off I-95 at the Petey State Farmers Market. We are open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. Friday evening, day after tomorrow, we're making mermaid tails. Y'all come join us in the studio. Family fun night. Let's have some. And on Saturday morning, our Legacy Workshop, Smalls on Saturday. Come join me from 10 to 12-ish. Let me teach you how to prep, paint, and protect your precious piece. The piece that fits in your passenger seat of your vehicle, something smallish. And if you want to embellish when you finish painting, protecting, then go grab lunch, come back, and we will do studio session 2. You can choose your Iron Orchid design product, or if you want to glaze, or if you want to add another color and use the silicone blades, whatever your vision for beauty is for your piece of decor or home furnishing, we will make it come to light on Saturday. Studio session 1 and 2. I will look forward to seeing you then. In the meantime, thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate you so very much. Have a blessed and wonderful day. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And I will see you right back here tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. And we're going to do even more awesomeness to this little piece of 1960s heaven. Bye now. Y'all take care.